Here comes the hot stepper. Word up, I'm the lyrical gangster. Word up. Guess who's back? Back again. Anyway, what up? What up, though? What up, y'all? Peace. What's happening? Back with an exclusive for the inclusive and the reclusive. What up, though? So anyway, I want to get into the day. Like I said, I was gonna shoot like a part 3 or something like that. Like I said, all these things going on, and I'm living my life, and I'm still in between videos. Like, I'm constantly busy. Like I said, I'm constantly doing things, and I told you everything I'm doing, and all the breakthroughs and blessings and almsgivings and all that stuff. I mean, like I said, anyway, I just want to show you the true results in person. But anyhow, I wanted to kind of get into, and again, this is freestyle. Like I kind of want to map it out, but I didn't have the luxury of kind of mapping it out. Like, I think about my ideas, but like I said, I have other things going on in my life, like writing again, and I had to stash some stuff here and there. My belonging. Anyway, I don't want to get into all that. I want to talk with you today, kind of like about the homeless situation. First off, how can I be homeless when the universe is mine? The world is yours. The world is yours. The world is yours. You feel me? So, homelessness is a choice. And book says, if you love your mother, father, son, daughter more than me, you're not worthy to be my disciple. That's a hard pill to swallow. To have to, but once you realize there's toxic relationships going on, and it's not you, it's them that have been holding you back, trying to tell you what's good for you, but what's good for you, and God's telling you good for you, but it doesn't connect. So it comes to a breaking point. Point Break. Remember that movie? Keanu Reeves and the late great Patrick Swayze. That's that dude, Ghost. So anyhow, it came to a point, like I said, various times, when I just started listening to voice and giving it heed, I learned to listen to it, no matter how bizarre or worried. Like it says, when Christ and all his disciples, he says, like, basically go with nothing. And so that's the way the message would be sent to me. He would tell me to go and just leave the scene, leave everything behind, and go with nothing. Just basically, just to close on your back, and everything will be provided for you. So this is what they describe as the walk of faith. This is a proving ground. This is a stage where you have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to do something you never did before, something that scares you, something that frightens you. Like Mike Tyson has a short or a reel or something, or an interview where he says, the reason he wanted to fight Jake Paul was, whatever scares him or frightens him, that's what he does. There's like a ram. He goes forward with the horn. So you have to, you face your fears. And this is what separates the boys from the men. This is when you find out who you really are. And like I said, it takes a leap of faith, just like the jump, the Steve Harvey video, Jump. You gotta have some big cojones. You gotta, And it doesn't matter your size, your creed, your belief, whatever. You have to find it within yourself. It comes to a point where you say, you know what? I'm going to stick to my guns. You see these things, a house divided cannot stand. So once that happens, you have to divide. Division, I'm not a big fan of division. I like addition and multiplication. That's what I'm about. But sometimes you have to divide and subtract. Like I said, I had a famous quote. I said, I will break you down and I will build you back up better than you have ever been. That's the words that were given to me, and that's the words that I sent to other people. Because I said, you're going to have to pay you're in debt. You have a heavy karmic bill, and rent's due, and the repo man is here. All right. So there was like points in time where like he would just say, basically you got to go out here and you got to live by faith. You have to, I want to show you. It's like not so much that he wants you to prove yourself, but he wants to prove himself to you. That he's got your back no matter what situation. But you have to have, he's got that faith in you. The faith of God is stronger than the faith of man. God believes in you more than you believe in him. The two hardest things in this world to do, and I might break it down to 4. Believing in yourself is as difficult as believing in God. If you can't believe in God, it's going to be hard to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, it's going to be hard to not believe in God. I mean, that's just the way it is. And then, forgiving yourself. Like I said, you got to, forgive yourself. A lot of times you got to do these things for yourself, like I said before, you can do it for others. So a lot of times he just told me, get up and go. And I'm like, go to the street. And he's like, just go down here. Just go on the street. Go down in this neighborhood. And, there's, like, you're going to meet somebody or something or, whatever. You're going to run into somebody. And this has happened time and time again. I mean, this is not just a one-time occurrence, a 2-time occurrence, 3-time. It happens to me daily. I've been on so many adventures, so many epic journeys, side quests, challenges. And, it wasn't a golden watch. It was a golden bracelet that I got. I just want to mention that. So like I said, you get... Anyway, you see the previous video. So it says, you go with nothing and... you go on a mission. Lots of missions that you might not think you're capable of. And like I said, I'd seen so many things that I just had the faith to do it and do something that was like even far beyond me. Because I said, I know I can do it. I'm built for this. Because it was put in me to do that. And when the time was ripe, called me up, I answered the call. So being homeless is a choice. There's also another scripture. He says, he said, remember the poor. Whenever he gave the poor, you visit me in prison. You help the widow, you help the child. Because they said, well, when did we help you? And he said, well, whenever you did any of these things to any of my children. He said, you did that for me. And once you come to realization that we're all God's children and we're all lost tribes of Israel. We're all children of the Most High. You know, mother and father, because you can't have the father without the mother. And like I said, he said, you can't be my disciple, because there was the other scripture is like, they said, hey, he was amongst all his people, and they said, your mother and your brother or whatever, they're here to see you and they want to talk to you. And he said, behold, he said, my mother, you're my mother, you're my brother, you're my, didn't have anything to do with blood. It had to do with things apart from that, not blood relatives. Your real family, your real tribe. So he said, behold, my brethren. He didn't have it, it's not that he didn't care about his mother or anything, but it was like, it was bigger than that. I mean, we're all brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers and all this, that, and the other. So I want to make this all coherent. Like I said, a lot, dealing with some distractions. But life's been good. Life's been grand. I got prettied up, but I almost got rained on. I was looking for a perfect spot to shoot the video. I wanted to put my stuff down because I'm carrying a few things, and I wanted to be picture perfect and word perfect and all that stuff. But I gotta get the word out, however I can get it. So bear with me, and I'm gonna try to get all the information as I can. Hopefully, it doesn't. It looks like it's cleared up over here. Hopefully, I don't run out of battery, and hopefully, I don't run out of memory, and I got to cut it short. So, like I said, I had a job at one point. I had a bunch of money in the bank, but I wasn't happy. God, basically, God told me to be one of His disciples, and go spread the word. They came to me. Again, I'm not going to go into a lot of the more advanced teachings that I will be going to eventually, but I'm just trying to get everyone on the same page without going too far, and just start the building blocks. Without jumping ahead, without jumping the shark. Hey, we're not the fawns around here. Happy days. Let's film live on location. Kyle Alexander was filmed live on location. So it's a decision. And I've heard Elon Musk and a lot of people, talk about these big cities, LA, New York, San Francisco, where they don't really realize that these people have made the choice to buck the system and walk a life of faith into where they find God, and they know they don't need the system. The mark of the beast is basically the Federal Reserve. It's money in general. A mark is $1. And everyone knows that the beast, was Babylon, it was Rome, it's all the kingdoms and the rulers of the world. So it's the money of the ruling synagogue of Satan. And they want to basically control you, and anyone who goes against that, and they say oh, homeless is a problem because they get on drugs, they do this and that. These guys really don't know. They really don't know. They're smart in a lot of ways, but they're ignorant to a lot of things as well. But it doesn't mean we can't educate them, and we shouldn't have these talks and come together and, first off, no, we're not going to work for you. So don't think you're ever going to put us under your thumb. Because we're not going to put you under our thumb. We never will. But you stand no chance in beating us. And then this goes to all the powers that were, powers that are, powers that be. If there's any negativity, if there's anything that's coming, like a house of cards, it's going to fall. I'm not going to tell you, mark my words. I'm not going to tell you none of that. I seen a guy, I won't even repost him, talking about 15 minutes. None of this is going to work. None of it. It will all collapse. And like I said, a flood, an asteroid, or whatever will come and just wipe it all out. Physically, figuratively, or whatever way you can come up with it speaking. So it came to the point where he said just basically go out in the text, like Jonah. Jonah didn't want to listen to the word. He was like, basically, send him into the world of his enemies by himself. And, you see in the meme, there's the one guy pointing at the masses, and he's going, "You're all wrong." And the masses were like, but they're dead ass wrong. Because they believe everything they're told by man. And people will try and control them. Pride goeth before the fall. That's what I'm saying. There needs to be a reconciliation. We need to have talks, and this capitalistic system can't last. And this is just a phase in the evolution of it. A lot of people think, communism is the enemy, this, that, and the other, and all that and the other, but we won't go into that. A lot of people, dude, I don't care if that bothers you. Karl Marx takes after Christ and the apostles' teachings in Acts. If you read Acts and you're well versed, you may be ignorant because you might be pro-Republican, but these were the publicans. So don't be a fool. Like I said, you'll be a damn fool. I'm not here to condemn anybody. Because like I said, we're all welcome. There's been a famous saying going around for the last few months. Benny the Butcher put out a song. Other people have been using the phrase, "Everybody can't go."